Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. And this week we are heading to Modern to Ultimates and Planeswalkers super quickly. We are playing Budget Carth and Friends, a deck built around one of my favorite sleeper cards from Modern Horizons 2, Carth the Lion, which allows us to do all kinds of sweet shenanigans with Planeswalkers, sometimes even ultimating them the turn they come into play. So let's talk about this awesome, ridiculous, spectacular Modern deck. Jump into some games, see it in action. All right, so here is our Carth and Friends deck for Modern, and oh my goodness, is this deck one of my favorite Modern budget decks we've played in a really long time. This deck is so sweet. So we're built around Carth the Lion, which is one of my favorite sleeper cards from Modern Horizons 2. It digs for Planeswalkers when it comes into play or when a Planeswalker dies. Most importantly, it has this really weird ability where our Planeswalkers' loyalty abilities cost +1 loyalty to activate. And this allows all kinds of shenanigans. So most importantly, it allows us to ultimate Planeswalkers really quickly. And ultimating Planeswalkers, even budget-friendly Planeswalkers, is incredibly powerful, but it does way more than that. Suddenly our 0 abilities are plus abilities. If we have a -3 ability, it's a -2 ability. So essentially, Carth digs for Planeswalkers, and it supercharges our Planeswalkers on the battlefield. And we got a ton of Planeswalkers to go with it. First off, we have 2 Planeswalkers that if we have Carth out, we can immediately ultimate the turn they come into play. Nissa, Vital Force, Garruk's Huntsman each come into play with 5 loyalty. They each ultimate for 6 loyalty. Well, technically that's -6 is a -5 because we have +1 loyalty. So that means we can play Nissa, immediately ultimate, and get a emblem that lets us draw a card whenever we make a land drop. We can play a Garruk's Huntsman and immediately get an emblem that gives us a permanent overrun. +3/+3 enchantable for all of our creatures. Plus, Carth is just really sweet with Garruk. The 0 ability that makes 2 wolves becomes a plus ability to add loyalty, so we keep it around. We can use a -3 removal, draw a card ability multiple times because it's a -2. So these cards work really well with Carth. Then we have 2 Planeswalkers that take 2 turns to ultimate. Garruk Primal Hunter, Liliana Waker of the Dead. If we plus them once, their +1s are actually +2s. That gets them to enough loyalty that the next turn we can use their ultimate ability. Garruk Primal Hunter is actually the reason I wanted to build this deck. It's really sweet with Carth. So we play Garruk, we plus it to make a beast. The next turn we can -6 to make a huge board full of worms. Maybe we have a Garruk's Huntsman emblem going, so we're able to trample up those worms and just kill our opponent with 1 big attack. Plus it gives us some card draw, which is nice. Liliana Waker of the Dead might look a little strange in the deck. It does a couple of things though. First, the +1 is really good against control and combo, attacking our opponent's hand, almost Liliana the Veil style, like our budget Liliana the Veil. The emblem, it looks strange because the only creature in our deck is Carth the Lion. However, it can hit our opponent's graveyard. So if our opponent's a creature deck, we can just reanimate their creatures. Plus, being able to reanimate Carth every turn is actually kind of good because Carth is a legend. So if we get 2 cards, we can reanimate a Carth for free. We can dig for a Planeswalker. Then the next turn, we can reanimate the other Carth's legend rule to put the first Carth in the graveyard, dig for another Planeswalker. So it gives us this repeatable, almost tutor-defined Planeswalkers. Plus, we're always going to have a Carth on the battlefield to power up those Planeswalkers. Finally, we have 2 Planeswalkers that emblem a little bit slower, but do other things in the deck. Nissa Voices Endikar, Vraska Golgari Queen take 3 turns before we can ultimate. We gotta plus them 2 turns in a row, and then we can ultimate. But Nissa, it's our cheapest Planeswalker at 3 mana, comes down, makes a bunch of chump blocking plants to keep our life total high, where we're getting Carth and our more powerful Planeswalker set up. Vraska Golgari Queen, life gain, removal, and both of their ultimates are pretty good if we get to them. Nissa draws us a bunch of cards, gains us a bunch of life. Vraska can kill our opponent with 1 attack with any creature once we get the emblem. So those are our Planeswalkers, and that's really the plan of the deck. Play Carth, play a bunch of Planeswalkers, ultimate a bunch of Planeswalkers, and trust that those Planeswalkers, one way or another, combine together enough value with Carth to win us the game. Otherwise, we get a bunch of ramp, because our plan is a little bit slow. Carth is 4 mana, some of our Garruks are 6 mana, so in the early game, we just want to be ramping, and we have all land ramp, mostly because Garruk Primal Hunter cares about lands on the battlefield, plus lands don't die like mana mana dork. So search for tomorrow's rampant growth, Farseek, just speed up our plan. Removal wise, Bloodchief Serfs, Heartless Act for the early game, Maelstrom Pots, Body, the old gods hit anything. Mana base, reasonable for a budget deck. There is a Snarl, but we do have a lot of lands that are basic, so hopefully it comes into play sometimes. The one Woodland Chasm I actually forgot to add to the deck in the video. It's basically a Farseek target. We can tutor it up with Farseek, get a dual land. It's not like super essential, but it is really good in the deck, and I meant to play in the deck. I just forgot to add it when I was making an update, so I threw it into this deck, even though you won't see it in the video. Sideboard wise, one more Planeswalker, Ashiok for graveyard decks, Duress for combo and control decks, Banju's Last Reckoning is a sweeper for creature decks, Dabbing Sphere, Void Mirror also for combo and cascade decks, and that is Carth and Friends for Modern. That's our budget magic deck for this week, and this deck is sweet. I'm gonna stop rambling. We're just gonna get in the games because this deck is so amazing. The games are really interesting, so let's jump into it, see the deck in action. Thanks for watching. I hope y'all enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with the wrap up. Need some new Innistrad Midnight Hunt cards? Well, you can order them now from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Budget magic time. We are playing some Carth, some Golgari Carth Super Friends, and I don't know if we can keep this. We got mana, we just got nothing to do with that. It's just risky because we don't know the matchup. Like, against aggro, we just trust we draw into Planeswalkers. Oh, all right, we're gonna keep it. It's fine, we can kill things. Hopefully we're up against the aggro deck where removal's good, and I mean our deck's full of Planeswalkers, and Carth to find Planeswalkers, so we should find some Planeswalkers eventually. Marsh Flats, about it passes. The risk is that we just keep drawing lands, and then this hand doesn't do much. All right, well, Rampant Growth. Let's get the Snarl out of our hand. I mean, so this is fine. Rampant Growth means technically it's more mana, but it does mean if we ever draw an expensive Planeswalker, we're be able to get it down. But we would like to stop drawing mana. That would be optimal. No more mana, please. About it. Yeah, let's see what they crack this for. Inditha Triome. All right. So maybe some sort of fair Abzan deck. Are we getting Siege Rhino? There's no Lurus. Could be getting Siege Rhino. Triomes are going to end up expensive, I think. If they don't get reprinted, oh, these lands are going to get so expensive. They see a little Modern play. They see a ton of Commander play. They're really good. They've already been creeping up a bit. Oh dear. All right. Lots of colors. I guess it could be like a Niv deck. Well, that's a Planeswalker. Let's Rampant Growth. Get a forest past the turn. I'm a little scared about all these colors. You seeing a lot of colors usually means someone's just playing a bunch of really strong stuff. Tap land, opponent passes, something we can play? No, Hissing Quagmire. All right, tap land, go. We've kind of drawn a lot more lands. About it. Silent Clearing passes. Oh my god, even more lands. Well, Nissa. Oh, I don't like untapping this land, it's gonna die. But we want to ultimate the Nissa, so I think we gotta do it. But I'm fully expecting this forest gets sniped. Well, hit ya. Wow, cracks to draw a card. If our opponent's hand, what is our opponent's hand? They got 7 cards. They got lots of mana and they've done literally nothing. Well, if we can ultimate this Nissa, I'm gonna feel pretty good about where we're at because what is going on our opponent's side of the battlefield? Inquisition, gonna take a removal spell. I mean, if we can ultimate this Nissa, that's extra card drive return. That is gonna find us our payoffs eventually. If this Nissa dies, oh, we really gotta stop drawing lands. TLDR, no more lands, please. Takes a pulse. Please live Nissa. We need this card draw desperately. It's not even insane in our deck because we don't have fetch lands, but about it passes. Cannot believe that land survived. Oh my god, even more lands. Well, we're going to emblem. We're going to play a swamp. Draw a card. That's not bad. Big Garrick. Make some wolves past the turn. About it. All right, we're getting there. Now we want the Carth. The Carth would be great, and then we can just ultimate this Garrick and win. I guess we could Bloodchief Thirst a wolf. All right, opponents have 5 mana. Sooner or later, they were going to cast a magic card. All right, Batter Skull, sure. There's Carth. Well, play Carth. Go digging. Get a Nissa. Emblem Garrick. Trigger Carth. Get a Garrick. Overrun the team. Kill the Germ. Hissing Quagmire. Draw a card. Hit you for 10. Oh, Carth is so busted. Double emblem. This is a budget deck. This is a $100 budget deck. Look at what we're doing to the modern format with a $100 budget deck with Carth. So good. All right, you're going, opponent. I mean, even if our opponent has a Wrath, yeah, they're done. Well, opponent had a slow hand. It didn't do a ton, and we were able to play Planeswalkers and win. I do think, do we want Duresses in? Let's go down a Heartless Act. Let's go down a Farseek and a Bloodchief Thirst and bring in 3 Duresses. Actually, the question is, do we want the Bloodchief Thirst? Playing Batter's Call means our opponent's playing Stoneforge. Our opponent just must have had a weird draw. Let's go Bloodchief. Let's keep the Bloodchief Thirst, and we'll go down 1 Liliana. Run it like that. I think 8 ramp spells is probably enough. Well, that was pretty good. Our hand did not start off fast or with a lot of action, and we still got there. We got Planeswalkers. We do not have removal, at least fast removal. I guess Garrika's removal, but not for a minute. Swamp for our opponent. What that means is if our opponent can go Stoneforge Caldera, we're going to be in a heap of trouble because we don't have an answer for it. Opponent takes the only thing they can take, a Nissa. Oh, there's a Carth. I mean, this hand is sweet if we live long enough to do things. Tap land, go. Hopefully our opponent has another end like last game that just didn't do a ton quickly. No Stoneforge, please. Oh, God. All right. Get a Batter Skull, please. Oh, this is exactly what we were worried about. Removal? No. All right. Yeah, well, this time we might be dead. Oh, I guess we should have. Yeah, we can't answer it now. There's not a card in our deck that stops this Calder once it hits the battlefield, and I don't think there's any way we can go over the top of it. It's just such a fast clock. Opponent hits us for 5. We're gonna top deck removal now, aren't we? Field of Ruin. I mean, we could just scoop, but let's play Nissa. Got him. Make a plant. Oh my God, we took down. All right, we're just gonna scoop anyway. Oh, I even said make a plant, but I clicked the wrong thing. I mean, it really, honestly doesn't matter. So I guess actually, Caldera Complete is a reason to leave in this Liliana. Let's go down the Vraska. Maybe a Binding? Let's try it like that. Because Liliana, the negative X ability, technically, if we get 5 cards in our graveyard, that can kill a Caldera Complete. One of the only cards that can possibly do it. Well, this we're keeping. It's risky. If we do not draw lands, this hand's going to be problematic. But we do have a Bloodchief, sir. So we do have an answer to what happened last game. The Stoneforge run away with the game plan. And hopefully we draw lands. The nightmare is opponent Thought Seizes or Inquisitions, takes a removal, and then does what they did last game. And then, yeah, Caldera is just, it's hard to answer. Opponent's going to 5, which I guess is probably good news. Come on, no discard. I assume they're probably mulliganing for a hand that does what they did last game. Oh, they got it. All right, well, geez. Hopefully we draw another removal spell, I guess. Inquisition. So I assume our opponent was like, well, it's London town. We can afford to mulligan to 5 to find a hand that is discard and Stoneforge. If we do that, we probably win the game. We'll see. Maybe they don't have the Stoneforge, but what can you do? Opponent, looking at our hand. So we can draw another removal spell. We could potentially, wow, okay. So opponent's not on the Stoneforge plan. That's a bit of good news. Land, maybe? Maelstrom Pulse. All right. Well, we definitely got to draw lands. Thankfully, we have 24 lands and then 8 ramp spells. So way more than 50% of the cards that we could draw here are going to give us mana. So our opponent probably doesn't have Stoneforge, because if they did have Stoneforge, they definitely take the Bloodchief Thirst to protect it. So at least we're going to actually have a game of Magic by the looks. Opponent passing. Can we draw land? Come on, Magic Gods. Come on, Magic Gods. Land, please. We have so many in our deck. Duress. Ugh. Oh boy. All right. We're going to do it the hard way. Well, duress you. Take Vindicate. Opponent's hand is Grief and Solitude. All right. Do we draw lands? So eventually we're going to get Grief Ephemerided, and that's pretty obnoxious. Oh, our Planeswalkers are so good against this. If we can get to that boat against a tap land. Taps. Oh, we need lands. Opponent. Land. That's a new one. So we still know our opponent's hand. They pass the turn. We draw a land. All right, that's a land. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. One more land gets us to Carth. I assume we're getting hit by Grief this turn. One more land gets us to Carth. The Grief probably just takes Maelstrom Pulse, I guess. All right, there's a land. Here comes the Grief. Yep. See what our opponent takes. I mean, Maelstrom Pulse does just kill it. Maybe they take the Carth because it's the best long game card. I mean, they're just hoping we don't get to our Planeswalkers. Opponent's trusting in the Mana Screw. All right, Magic Gods, please not a Snarl. All right, that works. Llanowar Waste. Play Carth. Go dig it. Liliana, pass the turn. Liliana's not bad. That's a removal spell. So opponent, if they have a land, they can Solitude the Carth. All right, so there's a land. Opponent goes to combat, hits us. Can we draw more lands? We're kind of making strides. Opponent, here comes Solitude. Sure, Carth down. Back up to 20. Awkward. Well, we will kill the grief. Pass the turn. About it. Gonna hit us. Down to 17. I mean, I feel like we can win the long game maybe with this hand. About it. Thought seizes. Okay. Well, let's see what they take. Liliana's probably our most important card, honestly, because of Cauldra. Yeah, takes a Liliana. Land? Maybe? Tap land. Well, we will search for tomorrow. Cast it. Get a forest. Play Hissing Quagmire. Well, next turn we get to play stuff. Is it fast enough? Opponent untaps. What do they find? Please not Cauldras. That's a card I don't think we can beat. Tap land. Sure. And last card is Stoneforge. That's unfortunate. They got rid of the Liliana too. All right, this is a big issue. Now we might be dead. Almost exactly what we needed not to happen. Oh, not like this. Oh, Cauldra is so brutal. Well, we got one more Liliana in our deck. Unfortunately, our opponent found the Thoughtseize, and Thoughtseize our answer, and then top deck the Stoneforge the next turn. Not great timing for what we're trying to do. So, I mean, we can play Garruk and kill a Stoneforge, but the thing is, our opponent's up to 6 lands, so they can just hard cast the Cauldra anyway. Wow, okay, sort of light and shadow. Interesting. That was not what I expected. Okay, I feel much better about where we're at now. Opponent gets in and hits us. So we will play a land, play Garruk, make a beast. I mean, this beast can chump block unless our opponent top decks removal. That would be brutal about it. So the idea is we can use the beast to chump block whatever has. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. That is incredibly unfortunate. So opponent gets to get back a grief. Yeah, that was the absolute perfect top deck for opponent. Oh, twice in a row. Oh, Magic Gods. We're playing a budget deck. We need some help once in a while. We draw a Duress that does nothing. Well, we'll make a beast. We'll play Big Garruk. We'll make some wolves. The bad news is they can't block whatever's wearing the sword. About it. Hopefully did not top deck again. There's the grief. Gets the duress. Goes to combat. Attacks us. No creatures in the graveyard. All right, so we're just going to... Oh, we're going to take it. It's risky, but we got to take it. Come on, deck. We need a top deck. So opponent gains some life. We drop to 4. Opponent goes to 36. Moves the sword to the grief. Well, if they top deck removal, we're going to die. We draw Rampant Growth. Well, blow up the Solitude, draw a card. Play Carth, go digging. Okay, this helps. Nissa, play Nissa, make a plant. Garruk, make a beast. Oh, if we could survive this turn, we got a shot past the turn. Oh, opponent untaps. They need multiple removal spells. Oh my god, this is so close. If we stabilize, we should be good. I mean, because we can ultimate this Garruk and make a million 6/6s. Come on, hold. We gotta hold for one more turn. We gotta survive the menace. So they can kill one thing and we're good. If they can kill 2 things, Voidwalker, sure. Oh my god, that has shadow. Wow, what a top deck. So that beats us anyway, doesn't it? That's insane. So now I don't even know if we can... Oh, opponent passes? Oh my god, okay. Never mind. Just kidding. Just kidding. We're good. Because now we get to... Wow, they didn't move it over. Okay, this is going to be a good turn. We get to Garruk. Blow up the Voidwalker. We get to Ultimate Garruk. Make a few beasts. We get to make a plant. We get to play a Garruk. Oh, mistapping. Wow, we're going to win this. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised they did not move that sword over. Garruk. Keep the new one. Go digging with Carth. Whiff. Draw some cards. Snarl untapped. Duress you. Nothing. Okay, we will pass the turn. And I think we overcame. Wow, what a game. What a game. What a comeback. About it. I mean, I guess they can draw Wrath to stay alive. Goes to combat. Attacks with both. Well, we will block and block and block and block and block. About it. Bear loves chewing internet wires. Opponent passes. Did they draw Wrath? Oh my god, they did top deck a Wrath. Okay. Well, the game continues. What are the chances? Opponent plays a land. We untap. Play a land. Ultimate Nissa. Draw some cards. Play Carth. Go dig it. Get a Nissa. Garrick, make a beast. Play Liliana. Tick it up. Discard a land. And suspend search for tomorrow. Pass the turn. I mean, I think we're still good after all this. Discard, 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 discard. I mean, we get to Ultimate Garrick again. Opponent is top deck really well, but our deck is overcoming so far. And once we emblem this, we get to start stealing our opponent's creatures, which is sweet. We can also loop our Carths, which at this point we've gone through pretty much our entire deck. What a wild, interesting game. Our opponents had several really good top. I wonder if getting that sword was correct for our opponent. The sword almost got us, but if they just got Cauldra, that might have like literally got us. Well, search ticks down. We will ultimate Liliana, trigger Carth, get a big Garrick, get an emblem. We will ultimate play the land, ultimate Garrick, trigger Carth. Whiff. I think we've gotten pretty much all of our planeswalkers. Play big Garrick, emblem, trigger Carth. Whiff. Okay, so I think we've actually literally gotten all of our planeswalkers. Go to combat, hit ya, Liliana. Get back a grief just to make sure that our opponent didn't draw a wrath. Just a prismatic ending. All right, hit you for a bunch. What a performance for our deck. I mean, when it comes to just going toe-to-toe power-wise, our deck can do some things. Nissa, tick it up, make a plant. We've ultimated so many planeswalkers. About it. Untaps. Are we done? Are we finally done? Wow, that was one of the sweetest games we played in a long time. Like, this is a budget deck that can actually really keep up with some of the most powerful cards in decks and strategies in the format. Oh, I love this deck. I love this deck. What a game. What a game. I still wonder if our opponent got Cauldra instead of Sword of Light and Shadow, would they have won? They thought about it for a long time. You could tell they really tanked on that decision. They went with Sword of Light and Shadow, which is very good. They got things back from the graveyard. The unblockability was good. It almost got us. They were like one turn away when we managed to get enough green tokens from our planeswalkers to stay in it. I don't know. If they had just gotten Cauldra, the thing I'd be scared of is them just sniping our planeswalkers repeatedly. Like, if they can, they attack us. If they can't really, if they need to, they can just snipe a planeswalker. But regardless, what a game. I mean, I guess the one thing I think our opponent did put on is if they move the sword from the grief to the Voidwalker, I think we would have lost there. Because then we wouldn't have been able to kill the Voidwalker. It has shadow, so we can't block it. That, I think, would have killed us. So we got pretty fortunate they didn't move it over, but still, what a ridiculous game. What a game, what a deck. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Budget magic time. We are playing some Carth Super Friends, budget Super Friends in Modern. And I think we keep this. A little worried about the slowness. If our opponent's some sort of aggro deck, very possible we just get kind of instantly run over. We do have ramp and, oh boy, Sunmake Canyon, Goblin Guide. All right. That's not exactly what we want to see with this hand. All right, 5-minute Planeswalker. Okay. I don't know if we're gonna be fast enough here. Tap land or play a land, search for tomorrow's go. Oh, another Goblin Guide. Okay. Yes. Burn on the play, not the matchup we want to see. Taking down, top card, Maelstrom Pulse. Well, that does give us the tiniest glimmer of hope. It can potentially kill 2 Goblin Guides. Hopefully our opponent keeps not drawing lands. We're going to 10. So we can Maelstrom Pulse away the 2 Goblin Guides and then see what happens. Wouldn't mind hitting a land. If we're going to take all these beats, nope, Farseek. Okay, down to 10. Well, search for tomorrow's gonna get us a swamp. We don't have much life gain. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, Maelstrom Pulse. Get rid of the Goblin Guides. All right, no lands. No lands, don't burn us out. About it. Oh my god, another Goblin Guide. Okay, hits us. Can we get a land, please? No. Big Garrick. Well, okay. Vraska. Kill the Goblin Guide. Go. I mean, I guess this can could have kind of gained us life opponent. Hitting our face. Land? tapped land. All right, we'll play the tap land, play Nissa, make a plant, tick up Vraska, sack a land, pass the turn. Gonna be close. If our opponent continues to not draw lands, there might be a chance. Opponent. Okay, yeah, land, Sacred Foundry, Adept, about it, goes attacking. Well, we will block with the plant. Oh, I was hoping we were going to get a draw land off this. Rampant Growth. We will play Carth. Go digging. Get a Nissa. Make a plant. Tick up Vraska. Sack a land. Oh my goodness, we cannot find lands. Okay. We're doing very bad job at drawing lands. About it. Burrow's Charms, down to 5, untaps. Well, bolt, and we're dead. I mean, if we get to untap, opponent passes. Oh, play a swamp, play Rampant Growth, get a forest, ultimate Nissa, get a Garrick, tick up, sack the plant, kill the Swift Spear. Is there a chance that we're gonna win this? Pass the turn, opponent. Boros Charms us to 7. Discard, and discard. Oh my god. Opponent draws a land. Can they burn us out? Oh my goodness, this game is ridiculous. Are we gonna win this? Is that an actual possibility that we're gonna win this? What a ridiculous game. I mean, we benefited from our opponent not drawing lands, but they did have 4 1-drops, including so much damage with Goblin Guides on the play. Like, they had us down to 10 before we did anything. I mean, in theory, we'll see. Do we live? Swift Spear. What we'd like to do is just jank our opponent out with this Carth and the Vraska emblem. Opponent passes. I mean, we gotta go for it, right? Emblem. Binding the Old Gods. Get the blocker out of the way. Bolts. Okay. Oh my god, that's our opponent giving up. That's our opponent giving Wow! That might be the least likely win we have had in a long time. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe we won that game. Okay, well, Duress is in. Big Garrick out. Primal Hunter down. Nissa down. Binding down. Run it like that, I guess. I mean, it's not like we got any specific life gain shenanigans in our signboard. I mean, I guess that's a plan. We got away with one there. We got away with one. We said going into that, wow, if our opponent's playing aggro, we're probably going to be in trouble. This hand is a bit slow, and somehow, again, benefiting from our opponent being on 1 land, but still, they had 3 Goblin Guides. It's not like they had a horrible 1-lander. They had a lot of pressure, and we had a slow hand, and somehow we managed to ultimate enough Planeswalkers to get that. I can't believe that worked. I cannot believe that worked. All right, well, this will keep. Sounds fine. No answers to a quick 1-drop, but we'll see. I mean, Nissa can put up some defense. Liliana can kill some things. There's the Goblin Guide. Well, we would like to hit a removal spell. Opponent gets in, hits us Rampant Growth on top. Hissing Quagmire, go. About it. No 1-lander this time. Arid Mesa cracks it. Eidolon's pretty obnoxious. Eidolon. About it, gets in, hits us. Top card, Liliana. That's not the best news, is it? Play a land. Rampant Growth, take 2. Get a swamp. Pass the turn. Ugh. Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in. About it. Yeah, we're pretty far behind on board this time. What do you got? Land. More 1-drops. Wow, lots of creatures. And, oh golly. Okay. Yeah, now I think we're Garrick on top. All right. We won't early scoop. No yelling. Down to 9. I mean, I think we're just dead though. Is it even an early scoop? Yeah, we just can't do anything. All right. Well, that's kind of what I imagined happening last game. That's more of what I expect against the burn deck. Ooh, all right. Well, we're on the play, which is good news. Being on the play, I think, is a pretty big deal. Hopefully we have a Blood Chief's Thirst this time. That would be helpful. Well, we're not going to keep 2 ramp spells and nothing. All right. Well, this will keep. Put Big Eric to the bottom. Swamp and rest you. 2 idle odds, a bunch of burn spells. Well, we will take the lightning bolt. Go. Opponent, land, and suspends the rift bolt. Well, play the snarl, reveal the land, rampant growth, get a forest, pass the turn. Rift Bolt hits our face. I mean, if there's good news, it's that a lot of the cards in our deck are too expensive for Eidolon to hit on. Carth would be our dream draw. Skewers. Opponent passes. I guess we just Hissing Quagmire go. Opponent taps. On one land again. Okay, opponent draws land number 2. Eidolon. Well, there's the Carth. We will play it. Go digging. Liliana. Play the land pass the turn. Ooh, maybe. Maybe. We'll see about it. I don't think they have a removal spell for Carth, at least that we know about. They do have 7 more points of burn, which is a bit frightening. We might start Lilianaing, actually, before the Garruk. Liliana make you discard to get some burn out of our opponent's hand might be our best bet. Second Eidolon. Yup. And we draw Search for Tomorrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Garruk. Actually, we can do this even better. Oh, we don't want to suspend this search, do we? That's gonna potentially hurt us. All right, so let's play Garruk. Make a 3/3. Field of Ruin. Go. Opponent. Let's see if our opponent knows this Garruk can ultimate next turn. That would be a way we could seal this win. I mean, that's a lot of 6/6s. I mean, that is Carth power. Let's get this ultimate. I mean, we do need to be aware of our opponent burning us out, but our best plan, I think, is just to try to kill our opponent, because they're going to draw enough damage to burn us out eventually. If they have to start throwing it at planeswalkers, that's a positive. That's good for us. And if the planeswalker dies, we get Carth. We have Carth to try to get another one. We might actually not be in the worst of shape here. Opponent attacks the Garruk. I mean, we will block and block. Kill them both. I mean, are they gonna like lightning bolt the Carth? Helix is the Carth, sure. Opponent passes. 1, 2, 3. Search for Tomorrow. Get a land. Play the Forest. Liliana. Tick it up, make you discard. Wow, another Eidolon. All right, make a Beast. Hit you with the Beast. Oh, burn feels like it's got to be one of our hardest matchups. Opponents got to target the Garruk, though. Like, they can't let the Garruk... Wow, are they going to let the Garruk ultimate? Okay, they hit the Garruk. Bloodchief Circe. Well, make you discard. Make a Beast. Hissing Quagmire. Hit you for 8. Wow, is Modern so focused on being efficient now that you can just jank people out with Planeswalkers in a budget deck? About it. Boros charms us, sure. Down to 7. Land, out of cards. I mean, this looks like lethal. This is lethal. Hissing Quagmire. Go to combat. Hit ya. Wow. Taking down Burn. Burn feels like it should be a really hard matchup for this deck, but maybe it's not. Maybe the deck's good. Maybe it's busted. We broke it. Sweet. Budget magic time. We are playing some Carth the Lion Super Friends in Modern this week. And we don't get any friends, but we got removal and we got Carth. And Carth does find planeswalkers, so hopefully this is okay. Oh, Steam Vents. All right. Well, if our opponent's playing some sort of spell-based combo deck where all of these removal spells do nothing. Oh, it's control. All right, this should be interesting. So I mean, at least against control, technically, all of these removal spells can hit planeswalkers, which that is relevant. Boy, so much removal. That one cannot. Well, plan is no counters, please. Ooh, all right, no counters. Make a plant. Go. All right, well, that's good news. About it taps. Ultimating this would actually be pretty good. Well, make a plant. Play a land, and yeah, we're gonna play Liliana. Do you have a counter? Wow, all right, take it up. Discard the Heartless. Wow, this is going super well. I can't believe that our opponent has not been interacting with any of this. Kind of shocking. Boy, we might be able to set things up where if we can uptick the next 2 turns, then we might be able to play this Carth and just ultimate both by surprise. Liliana's ultimate doesn't do that much, although it can let us loop Carths, which is kind of hilarious. But Carth is the only actual creature in our deck. It can steal our opponent's creatures. Reanimates from any graveyard. About it. Blood Sun, sure. I'm expecting they have a Lotus Field. Okay, no Lotus Field, that's good. About it passes. Well, take up Nissa, make a plant. Take up Liliana. Discard Bloodchief's Thirst. We're gonna try to hold on to the Carth, I think. Do we even want to Binding the Blood Sun? Does that even matter? I discard, opponent discards. Nexus of Fate. Well, yeah, I think we're gonna do it. Binding to blow up the Blood Sun. Pass the turn. Oh, it's gonna be close. I honestly don't know if we wanna ultimate Liliana yet. Just keep ticking up to attack our opponent's hand might actually be better. Oh, it's so hard to pass up surprise ultimate though. We've been slow rolling this Carth for the surprise ultimate, but it passes. Binding gets us a land. All right, we're gonna go for it. Play a Carth. Does it resolve? Oh, this would be such a sweet turd. Oh, opponent does have a counter. All right, there's a counter spell. Well, in that case, make a plant. Oh, that was so close. Take up Liliana. Discard a Maelstrom Pulse. Well, this is our opponent's turn. Opponent's got to do something here. We're going to ultimate planeswalkers even without our Carth. Opponent taps. What do you got? Blood Sun. Sure, that does not ruin our day. Oh my god, passes. Okay, this is good. This is very good. Llanowar Waste. Ultimate Nissa. Draw 6. Oh, I think we got to ultimate Liliana. Opponent could have Stifle. They could play Tail's End. A deck with Lotus Field could technically want Stifle effects. Okay, resolves. So we get to go to combat. We get back Carth. Carth goes digging. Finds a Garruk Cursed Huntsman. Hit ya for 3. How long does this keep going before our opponent gives up? That's a real question. An opponent gives up. Oh, take it out of the control deck. Okay, that was real good. That was real good. Well, sometimes you just jam a bunch of planeswalkers and the control deck cannot keep up. So we're going to go down Heartless Act, obviously. I do like that most of our removal can hit planeswalkers. That is an upside. I don't know if Damping Sphere is worth it. Damping Sphere shutting down Lotus Field is something, but I don't know if that's enough of something. Let's go down, I guess, just a Blood Chief's Thirst. Rampant planeswalkers, a little bit of removal. Try it again. I mean, game 1 went super well. Not every day you just get to ultimate multiple planeswalkers in Modern. We didn't even have Carth to help us. Our opponent managed to counter the Carth. We just did the fair way. Like, we just ticked up some Nissas and ticked up some Lilianas, and it was enough. It was enough to get the job done. Maybe this is actually not a bad matchup for our deck. Interesting. Well, we're gonna keep. Bad news is we got no planeswalkers, we got no Carth. Good news is we got a lot of ramp. So we should be able to cast the planeswalkers that we do find. About it. Hallowed Fountain. Tapped. Well, let's get Snarling. Snarl and Suspend Search for tomorrow's go. Gonna probably try to hold on to this duress to force through a planeswalker in the future, I think. Steam as for our opponent. Untapped. Well, take down Search. I do like that we can, if there's a Blood Sun out, we can Field of Ruin the Lotus Field. That is nice. Hissing Clang Maya. Oh, so the problem is, if our opponent plays Teferi, that does mess up our Search for tomorrow. All right, I guess we got a duress. It would have been nice to be able to hold on to it and use it in the same term as a planeswalker, but Teferi is just too problematic. All right, opponent. Oh dear, are we just gonna get wrecked? Oh, Teferi, everyone's favorite. Everyone's favorite planeswalker. Well, I guess it's karma if our Super Friends deck gets wrecked by a planeswalker. Hallowed Fountain tapped. Okay, that's good news. That is a bit of good news. Search for tomorrow. Oh, we do need to draw some threats though. Search for tomorrow, get us a land. Nissa is a threat. Well, play a swamp. Search for tomorrow. Get a forest. Rampant growth. Get a swamp. All right, so we ramped for days. We're way ahead on mana about it. Okay, here comes Blood Sun. Lotus Field, I assume. Yeah. Oh, play Field of Ruin. Oh, we can't activate, that's right. Just kidding. That whole theory is very wrong. Well, we'll play a Garruk about it. Obviously, it doesn't have hexproof, but our Field of Ruin doesn't have the ability to blow up lands, so I guess it goes both ways. Let it resolve. Yeah, a little scared about the amount of mana our opponent has. I mean, I don't know what they're really thinking about. Okay, resolves. Well, make some wolves pass the turn. Oh, I hope this doesn't end with Nexus Fate being looped. That would be a depressing ending. About it. Lots of mana. I mean, at this point, I guess we just cast Planeswalkers and see what happens. Archmage's Charm to draw a couple of cards. Interesting. Either our opponent top decked that or they chose not to counter the Garruk. Steam Vents. Passes. Well, go to combat. Attack ya. About it. Takes it. Well, make some wolves. Rampant growth. Get a land. Llanowar Waste. Go. Yeah, we're not going to run the Nis into a counter. Opponent, 6 cards in hand. I mean, Garruk is kind of doing work. Flagstones. Wraths. Well, we get a bunch of loyalty on the Garrick. About it passes. Planeswalker, please. Carth. Even more lands. Well, we will make wolves. Pass the turn. Oh, we really want to draw another Planeswalker so we can do two things in the same turn. Our opponent is very clearly representing Cryptic Command. About it passes. Ooh, okay. That we like. Let's Emblem Garrick. Duress you. About it. Vetoes. Nissa. Counter spells. Well, go to combat, hit ya. All right. I mean, take 10. So opponent did have a handful of counters. Opponent drops to 10. Is it enough? Is it enough? Untaps. 3 cards in hand. We did what we could. About it. Do you have the answers? Do you have the nexuses? Come on. Yes! Okay. Yes. Oh, that was good. We managed to take down a pretty obnoxious control deck with a lot of counter spells, but our plan of ramping and planeswalking was apparently enough to overcome Nexus of Fades, counter spells, etc. So, well, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Big Eric doing some work in Modern, and yeah, well, we'll take it. No Carth this game, but game 1 we got to see Carth go off, and that seems pretty sweet. Please wait. Budget magic time. We are Carthing in. Ugh. Well, we're gonna keep this. We got the Nissa. We got no ramp with this hand, but we are Carthing in Modern, playing some budget Carth Super Friends, and we'll see. This hand could be too slow. We do have 2 6-mana Garricks, which is good if we can ramp them out, but not as good if we got to get to 6 lands fairly to cast them. We'll see. See what our opponent's up to. Spire Bluff Canal and Serum Vision. All right, so it could be Control, could be Storm, could be like a Phoenix deck. Ramp? Well, we'll never complain about Carth. Carth is the entire reason we're playing this deck, so that's a good draw. We do need one more land to get to it. Blooded Strand. About it passes. Oh, double Maelstrom Pulse. All right. Well, I mean, we got removal eventually. Let's play this Nissa. Please resolve. Don't crack the fat. Okay. Make a plant. Go. All right, that's good. Planeswalker 1 down. Oh, we really need to draw more lands. That is the most important thing at the moment. Draw more lands. Outlet Fountain untapped. About it. Are we helixing? Oh, okay. So it's definitely Phoenix. Phoenix in the graveyard. Yeah. Well, this could be tough. About it. Thought Scours in response. Well, a Phoenix is coming back. Not 100% sure why. Well, I guess they're hoping to draw into another Phoenix. Yes, Phoenix is going to be a problem. Opponent plays a land. 2 spells cast. Flooded Strand. Steved's untapped. Oh, Manamorphose? All right. We know there's a Phoenix for sure. Oh my god, another Manamorphose. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter. The Phoenix is coming back either way, so an extra Manamorphose doesn't do a ton. Consider. Hopefully they can't mill another Phoenix. Consider. Mills a consider. All right, well, here comes a Phoenix. So what we would like is just to draw land for this Carth. And we're going to just have to try to go toe-to-toe, I guess. Land, maybe? Okay, that's a land. So play the land, play Carth, go digging, get a Garrick. You know what? I think we actually tick down Nissa. It's gonna die anyway. Trigger Carth. Carth introduced. Get to use the -2 as a -1. Oh, I don't even know. So we can ultimate this right away, but we gotta draw land, and then we still gotta make land drops for it to do anything. I guess we take Liliana. Take Liliana because we can actually cast it. Go attacking. Well, we'll see. I mean, technically we are winning the race at the moment. Whether or not this holds up through the rest of the game, gonna depend on how many more Phoenixes come, I guess. Maelstrom Pulse not the best removal against Phoenixes. Oh my god, so many Manamorphi. Opponents went through like half their deck. 34 cards left. Manamorphos in 2. Yeah, the problem is since this is sorcery speed, it doesn't, there's another Phoenix. It doesn't even really fog the Phoenixes. It just makes our opponent cast more spells. Prismatic ending the plant, gets back the Phoenixes. So we can kill the Phoenixes, but whether that's even worth it. Gut shot, Demolich. Oh god. All right. Yeah. Here they come. Well, we're definitely not winning this race. Not even close. We draw. Hissing Quagmire. We'll play the tap land. I don't really see an easy way out of this. Go to combat. Hit ya. See if they block with the Demolich. No. Ouch. Well, in that case, I guess we have to Maelstrom Pulse the Demolich. Although it's just going to keep coming back past the turn. Oh, if there's any chance, it's probably going to be playing 6-mana Garrick and instantly ultimating it and overrunning for lethal. I don't know how possible that is, but that is probably our one pseudo chance to steal this game. About it. I mean, we do have some graveyard hate in the sideboard, which should help. More free things. We also have some damping spheres, which also should help. So we got a few decent sideboard options. Demolish, opponent, gonna go attacking. Oh my god, 3 Demoliches. Yeah, we might just be dead anyway, opponent. It says. Sure, down to 7. Maelstrom Pulse the Demoliches. Go to combat, attack you. Ooh, we're dead to a gut shot. Or any burn spell about it. Adapts. And there's enough spells in the graveyard that they should be able to get the Demoliches back again. And those can, even if we draw the land, the Demoliches can block enough that this won't be lethal about it. Okay, Faithful Mending. If this is our opponent's turn, there is the slightest chance we can steal this. This does use most of our opponent's mana. They discard another Phoenix. Do they have free spells? Oh my god. Untap land. Untap land. Untap land. Untap land Urdissa. About it. Oh, they have got oh, they did have it. We weren't going to draw it anyway. All right. Well, that was kind of close. So, Damping Spheres in. Ashiok's in. Void Mirror, I don't think does anything. What are we going down? Binding the Old Gods for sure. Going on Binding the Old Gods. Go down. Let's go down 1 Big Eric. We were actually kind of close to stealing that. Closer than you might expect. I don't know if Duress is worth it. We do need, well, actually, do we even care about Thing Knights? It's not like we're really playing many creatures. Liliana might not be great. Making our opponent discard could actually help them. We could bring in Bantu's Last Reckoning. If we can like Bantu's Last Reckoning plus Ashiok, it could be good. I mean, maybe our targeted creature removal is just not good. Oh, this curve. Looking a little bit awkward. All right, well, let's give it a go. Not totally sold on this being a good matchup for us, but we'll see. Arclights, one other upside is they are really good at sniping planeswalkers. We're not keeping this. Well, I guess this will keep. Hopefully we draw a hate card or 2. We'll put, I guess, Llanowar Ways to the bottom. Well, we can ramp into Carth, and then we'll see what happens. Snarl, untapped for once in its life. Search for Tomorrow suspended. Well, that's the best a Snarl's ever been. They actually did their job. It came into play tapped for once. Although, I'm sure we're going to draw one, like, on turn 4, we need this untap for Carth or something, and it's going to make us very sad. That is the Snarl way about it. Serve Visions. Well, take down Search for Tomorrow. Ooh, whoa. 2 untapped Snarls in a row? What is going on? What is going on in Snarlville? We will grab a Forest past the turn. Well, we get to play Carth next turn. See what happens. About it. Flooded Strat. We still need a hate card, though. Like, that is the biggest thing. Opponent cracks. Island Found untapped. And Serum Visions. Sure. Search for Tomorrows gets us a land. Our mana situation's good. Get a swamp. Draw a land. All right, well, play a land, play Carth. Hopefully find something. Ashiok or Garruk? All right, let's take Garruk. Worst case, Garruk should be able to draw us 3 cards. Ashiok is good. I'm just afraid it might be too slow. Like, our opponent could be getting back things this turn. About it. Demolish in the graveyard. Yeah, that's the tough part, is like, we get the Ashiok, we play it next turn, but if we're already facing down Demolishes and Phoenixes, it doesn't do nearly as much. Wow, opponent's passing. Maybe we should have taken it. Oh, Big Eric. Opponent is representing a counter. Now let's go to combat. Attack you. Down to 12. Play a forest. Play Garruk. Make a beast. Because we drew this Big Garruk, making beast actually has a lot of value because we can just instantly ultimate this for the overrun. About it. Salvaging. I think we actually got a shot. An opponent kind of needs to deal with this Garruk or it's going to make a big board full of, like, next turn could be kind of crazy. If they can't hit this Garruk, it can make a big board of 6/6s and then this Garruk can give them all permanent overrun, which is kind of insane. Likes doing things in response to their Faithless Salvaging, which I guess makes sense if you're drawing cards because you might draw a Phoenix and you want to discard, so it's probably technically correct to do it this way. The downside with something like Manamorphose is you're locking in 2 of your mana on your upkeep, which, I mean, I guess it depends on your hand. It looks like our opponent has Faithful Mending, so okay, so it makes sense. Faithful Mending, they're going to be able to get back Phoenixes. There's 1. So they get back a Phoenix and a Demolish. I think the real question is, well, hopefully there's not more Phoenixes. Another Phoenix would be a problem. Opponent, land. Force Negation would also be kind of bad for us. Consider. Oh, please, no more Phoenixes. Okay, Faithless Salvaging, sure. Bolt's the Garruk. All right, so they're going to kill the Garruk. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Opponent, Phoenix. Going to kill the Garrick. This does get us a trigger, though, to get another Planeswalker because we have Carth. We might have a shot here. Carth gets us Garrick. Big Garrick again. We might have a shot. These things are going to get big. About it passes. Well, play the land. Big Garrick number 1. Ultimate. Trigger Carth. Garrick. Go attacking. All right, well, hit ya. Opponent goes to 2. Wow, thanks about blocking. I mean, they can Demolish Prismatic Ending to kill the token. They still have to find a way to deal with the Carth or kill us. About it. Being able to instant ultimate Big Eric is one of the reasons I think to play budget Carth. Well, the race is on. This emblem is big. This emblem is super helpful. It might give us a chance. Okay. Bolt's the Beast. Bolt's the Beast. They also don't know about this other Big Garrick, so we can emblem again just to make Carth bigger potentially. About it. Passing. Ashiok. Exile your graveyard. Lose no loyalty. Maelstrom Pulse. Go to combat. Carth you. Did we get there? Whew. So that line, just to explain it, because it might look a little awkward, we're using Ashiok as a bait spell with our opponent leaving up counter mana. So I know it looks weird to not exile the Demolish, but I think it's right to try to bait with the Ashiok and then Maelstrom Pulse, even if it leaves the Demolish in the graveyard. Because if Maelstrom Pulse resolves, we should just win. So the Demolish being in the graveyard and not exiled doesn't actually really matter. So it looks a little awkward, but I think that's actually the right sequencing. Well, that went better. I mean, apparently instant ultimating Planeswalkers can be powerful. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? So the problem with Void Mirror is our opponent can play around it. Like, you'd think it would stop Demolish, and it does stop free casting Demolish, but it doesn't stop our opponent from casting 3 spells and then casting Demolish for 1 mana. They don't seem to have a lot of counters. Let's bring in a Duress. Bring in a Duress, try it like that. I mean, that worked. Carth getting there. Oh, this matchup's so scary, though. Arclights are just, because of the flying and haste, they're really good at sniping Planeswalkers. Ooh, I don't know, we're keeping this. I don't know if it's going to be fast enough, but Ashiok is good. Carth is also good. The hand sweep. We'll see if it's fast enough. We could be dying to a board full of Arclights before we play Ashiok, but if not, Ashiok wipe your graveyard's pretty sweet. All right, opponent's on the play. Let's see how it goes. I will say this deck's sweet. Win or lose, I think this deck's sweet. All right, opponent also keeping 7. Come on, slow draw so we can get down Ashiok. Our opponent apparently isn't playing that many counters. We haven't been hit by one yet. I guess counters don't work that well with Arclights and Demolishes because you want to be able to cast spells during your turn. Oh boy. All right. That's the snarls we know and love. Yeah. Well, we'll draw basic eventually, maybe. Opponent, Spire Bluff Canal, and passes. Isn't Quagmire number 2 go? Well, I mean, we can play Ashiok next turn. If we're alive, opponent Faithless Salvaging. There's the Arclight. Oh boy, this is what we were afraid of. Opponent. Yeah, this might just be too slow. Spell number 1, discards a land. Please no Arclight somehow. Land. And certain visions. All right, well, we're gonna be facing down an Arclight. Can we stop it somehow? Manamorphose. Make some mana. Scour. All right, no more Arclights at least. Hopefully there's not a Demolish. Oh, we could just be so far behind. All right, there's the Arclight. Take 3. All right, no Demolish. That's good. Well, I mean, I guess we play Field of Ruin and play Ashiok and nuke your graveyard. Well, we got another Phoenix. That's good. Pass the turn. And then hopefully we can get down this Carth for next turn. Okay, young Pyromancer. We didn't plan for that too much. Opponent, gonna hit the Ashiok, sure. A basic land actually would be fine to get around this snarly downside. Opponent, cracks a fetch into Ashiok, got him. Score! Ashiok power. Oh, Big Garrick, well, Field of Ruin. Carth, go digging. Ashiok you. Pass the turn. Well, I mean, maybe we can just Ashiok mill about it. Bolts the Ashiok. Okay, makes a token. Carth triggers. Gets us a Nissa. Thought Scours. Gonna need a Wrath at some point. Hopefully. Oh, they did it again. Oh no, just kidding. They killed the Ashiok. I'm an idiot. Overly excited. Oh, there's the Demolish. Okay, we're definitely gonna need to draw Wrath like super soon. Pota gets it, hits us. We draw Rampant Growth. Well, I think we're dying. Ashiok. Ugh, the snarl. We waited as long as possible to unsnarl and it did not work. Nuke your graveyard, play the snarl. Still no more phoenixes, pass the turn. Yeah, this is looking bad. This is looking bad. If we draw Bantu's Last Reckoning, maybe there's a chance. Maybe. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks Ashiok. Sure, we take it. The problem is our other planeswalkers don't actually stop this onslaught. Bolts Ashiok makes a token. We also put 2 Bantu's Last Reckonings to the bottom. I don't get an Ashiok. Just keep guessing Ashioks about it. Oh, not another one. Oh my god. Okay. Land? There's our basic. Well, 1, 2, 3. Ashiok. Mill you. Wow, we are really trying to mill them out. Are we gonna end up just short? Nissa. Make a plant. Pass the turn. Opponent's down to 19 cards. Somehow we have only gotten 1 Arclight and no Demoliges. About it. Hardcast Arclight? Yeah. Oh, that's clock. That's clock. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks us. Attacks us. Attacks us. Are we dead? Oh, we really need to draw that Bantu's Last Reckoning like now-ish. So there's a big attack. Oh, block here. Or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, block. Oh, we're going to be just short, aren't we? Wow, this ended up being close. Down to 6. We need to draw an Arclight answer. Oh, it's a swamp. Oh, that doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. I guess that means we have to. This isn't good. I don't think this even saves us. We get to play Big Garrick. Blow up an Arclight. Duress you. Take the Serum Visions, Ashiok, exile everything, make a plant. So we block here. Oh, we take Xaxes. Wow, we actually got super close. We were exactly dead. Oh, we just didn't hit removal. Well, I mean, it goes down as a loss, but seriously, that was ridiculously close. And just swing with everything. Please don't count. Oh, they're counting. Our one chance is that our opponent doesn't realize they have lethal. Come on. No Young Pyromancer. Oh, they figured it out. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, if we could have survived 1 more turn. So we block here, we take exactly lethal. If we could have survived 1 more turn, ultimate this, gain a bunch, kill another thing. We hit no removal and we came so close to beating like a turn 2 Phoenix. Wow. Well, I mean, I guess you can't win them all with a budget deck, but it's nice to know that even when you're in a tough matchup and you don't draw your removal, that at least it's close. Like, it felt super competitive, even in the losing effort, which is a good thing for budget decks. Oh, that would have been nice to win, though. So close. So what do we learn this week about Carth and Friends in Modern? And the deck was kind of great. We only got in 4 matches because we played some really long, really interesting matches, but we went 3-1. We also played a pretty good mixture of modern archetypes. We played against a control deck, Jeskai Control. We played against Burn, which is basically the aggro combo deck. We played against Is It Phoenix, basically a straight up combo deck. We played against Griefblade, a mid-range Stoneblade style deck. So we played against pretty much all the different archetypes in Modern, and our deck felt really good to competitive in all of them. Our one loss came to the Phoenix deck, and even that loss, like, it went 3 games. In the last game, we were like right down to the wire. Our opponent got Xaxes on us with a Young Pyromancer the turn before we were just going to take over the game with our ridiculous board full of Planeswalkers. So it was actually like super close. We almost went 4-0 with the deck. And I gotta say, this is probably my favorite modern budget deck that we've played in quite a while. It is just like a perfect budget deck in a lot of ways. So it's unique. It's super fun to play. It does all kinds of just crazy things. We had some ridiculous games, like so many Planeswalker emblems on the battlefield, so many Planeswalker ultimates. So the deck functioned really well. It felt competitive and it's super upgradable. One of the best things about this archetype is Carth just works really well with Planeswalkers. So if you want to add in fetch lands and shock lands, you can play up to 5 colors, honestly, of Planeswalkers with Carth and just throw in all of your favorite Planeswalkers that you want. You choose a Planeswalker, you can throw it in this deck. It is probably going to be good. So the deck is good as it is. It's fun as it is. It's unique as it is. It's competitive as it is. And it's very upgradable if you want to maximize the mana base, throw in a bunch of different Planeswalkers, play your Lilianas and Wrens and all these super expensive Planeswalkers. But we definitely learned that Carth in Planeswalker Ultimates happening quickly, even if those planeswalkers are kind of the budget second tier of planeswalkers and not the super spiky best planeswalkers in the format, is more than good enough to win a ton of games. A while ago, we played a Carth deck on Much Brew, so if you want to see a non-budget build of the deck, you should definitely check that out as well. But that is Carth and Friends. That's our budget magic for this week. I loved it. I hope you enjoyed it even half as much as I did. I don't know if that's possible because, oh my goodness, this deck is just so sweet. So that's been our budget magic for this week. Thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Did you enjoy today's Modern Budget Magic deck? Well, make sure to check out last week's episode where we once again headed to Modern, this time to try to win by stealing our opponent's cards with a Xanathar Thieves Brew.